Hello and welcome. I'm Lindsay, the Public Relations and Outreach Manager for evanhealy, and I'm here today with Renata Helfman from the Lipstick Angels. Welcome, Renata.
Oh, hi. It's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. So, this month, our sanctuary recipient is the Lipstick Angels, and I can't think of a better organizations to work with. So, our sanctuary program is an ongoing program that we have where we donate $1 from the sale of each bottle of our sanctuary product. In addition to that, we want to provide sanctuary for your skin, sanctuary for the earth, sanctuary for our ingredient suppliers, and sanctuary for our greater community, including the Lipstick Angels. So, Renata, I was hoping that you could tell us a little bit about your organization and the important work that you do.
Oh, absolutely. So Lipstick Angels is a 501c3 non-for-profit charitable organization that is been around now for 10 years. Can't believe that, but yes, we are on our 10th year of service. What we do is we support people living with cancer. We do this by helping them address all of the effects of what is going on with them when they are having chemotherapy or radiation, or in general, anything that's going on in their life through their cancer journey and through their treatment. So we address the whole person by helping them aesthetically with eyebrow shaping, things that are happening in their skin, introducing them to safe and non-toxic products that will not harm them but help them. And we're also focusing on wellness and breathing techniques and aromatherapy just to create a space to feel grounded and some peace and joy while they're going through this, and just to find a way to quiet the mind and just overall feel better.
That is so amazing and so important. I know having personal experience in this area, it can really be so crucial to help people go through this type of treatment, as well as I'm sure it helps their entire families when you're supporting them in this way. So I'm really curious. So, how did you get your start, Renata? And, what is your role within the Lipstick Angels?
So I am the founder
Hmm.
and the executive director. This whole thing really happened so organically for me. My job before Lipstick Angels was a makeup artist in Hollywood for, gosh, about 15 years, working on movie sets. I had a beautiful career. I started quite young, right out of school, and I really loved it. But I think somewhere in my being, I just knew that it wasn't something I was going to do forever. But I also knew that working in the cosmetics and in beauty was in my blood. So I wasn't sure what was going to happen, but I think somewhere in being, I was always just knowing that there was something else for me to do on this planet. Unfortunately, my who I was very close with had cancer, and I was one of her caregivers. And so it was very like a no-brainer to help her. I would take her to her appointments, and I would show, when she lost her hair and she lost her eyebrows, I was just right there showing her how to do it, taking care of her. And she was a real beauty queen anyway. I mean, she wasn't the one that was like not leaving the house without lipstick. But together we really addressed all of the side effects physically of what she was going through. When I would take her to get her chemotherapy, we would be in the car, and before we'd go in, she would take down the mirror and she would put on a fresh coat of lipstick. And then she would turn to me and she'd say, "And where are we going after?" She wanted to know where were we going to Starbucks or coffee, and all of it was pretty miraculous. And later in life, when she passed, is when it really hit me how strong and how amazing it was that she went into all of those appointments with just such a with such a strength and so much dignity and so much, um, you know, just pretty fearless, and I'm sure she was feeling a lot of fear, but on the outside, she was going in with, a full face of makeup and her granddaughter and wanting to know where she was going to have lunch. So anyway, I think I had like an early midlife crisis, like in my like my late 30s, and I really I thought I really love this job, but it felt a bit vacant for me, and I thought, I should go and do for other women what I did for my grandmother. That would be great. I know how to do that. I did it. It made me feel good. I'm sure there's a lot of people who would really appreciate having a professional makeup artist help them through this. So I literally just went to the closest hospital near me and I went to the volunteer center, just really thinking I would join that program. I was like, I'd like to join your beauty program. And they said, what beauty program? And this was a pretty big hospital in Beverly Hills, of all places. And they said, we don't have anything like that. And long story short, with their commitment to help me, I started that program just by myself. And it became very clear after a couple years that this was my life's work and that I really got the most joy out of life by helping others and doing this. And a dear friend of mine, who now is the chair of our board, she was working in the nonprofit sector, and she said, this could really be something. If you really love it, I could see this being a company that other hospitals would love, and I really feel it has legs to be a business. So she was right. Thank God. And so, I kept working on set, and I was working on Lipstick Angels at night, and I kind of started our business plan. I got all my paperwork and I got approved, and the rest is really history. I mean, I always say to people, this name Lipstick Angels, it's so special for so many reasons, and this is going to sound so corny, but I always feel angels around me.
Hmm.
Like really nothing. The clients that we meet, like yourselves, the partnerships that we and the people that we meet and the hospitals that we align with, and it's just like it's magical. It's always magical. Like every day is magical, and I meet the right people, and I've learned after doing this for 10 years how to not invite the wrong people into my life and into my business, and I constantly feel angels around me.
That is so beautiful, and I love that. And I love believing in magic because things you do are helping so many people. It seems like you're being guided, and your relationship with your grandmother just so sweet. Like I absolutely love hearing about that. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, she's with me every day. I mean, really, she is why this happened. And she was a survivor in every sense. She was a Holocaust survivor, she was a cancer survivor. I mean, she literally, like, I am who I am today because of her.
She sounds like she was so fierce, like going into
Yes.
these appointments with her, fearless and with you by her side.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's your little angel too.
She is definitely one of the angels. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's been such a journey, learning just um how to do this, and um it, when you're doing this kind of work, it's very emotional at times. And so just for me to put my hat on of, running a company, and also know that, there's a whole other side to it, which sometimes can be kind of brutal. But there's no other way to go into something like this. You have to have your heart open at all times.
Right. And you're authentically seeing these cycles of life, and it's real, but it doesn't always make it easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm. So I feel like you touched on this, but I'm going to ask anyway. What is your core mission for the Lipstick Angels?
Well, to help as many people as possible, of
Hmm.
course. I mean, that is what we strive to do. And um, so we work inside infusion centers.
Hmm.
I'll give you a picture of how this happens. We literally roll up to patients as they're getting their chemotherapy with a clean beauty cart with everything on there, and now with evanhealy on there, and we give them this beautiful spa menu, and they can choose what they want. Sometimes it's just a hand massage. Sometimes it starts with just a hand massage, and the next time they come back, they want a full facial and makeup. Sometimes it's just holding someone's hand and talking about their garden. I mean, this is really about love and connection
Right.
first, and then it's about helping people aesthetically, but without having the right team. I mean, to be a Lipstick Angel employee or volunteer is not easy. I mean, it's a certain kind of person who can work in that room and see, be able to be with people who are possibly end of life or going through, or not knowing what's going on. So, we really, the training involved with this is, besides being understanding oncology aesthetics, which we're all trained in, is understanding emotionally and spiritually how to work with someone who is going through something very hard.
Right. Yeah.
So that's one way that we help people. And the other way is now we're helping people during COVID. We had to leave all the hospitals. So we created a full virtual platform. And this is where a patient literally fills out a few, like what color eyes they have, what side effects they're going through, what's their favorite color lipstick, what kind of, what problems they're having with their skin, what scent of aromatherapy they like. It's very easy. They just check off a few boxes. It's all just takes a few minutes, and that prompts us to build them their beauty kit here in the office. And then a calendar pops up and they put in their Zoom date, and while their beauty kit's flying to their home, we arrange a one-on-one session with a lipstick angel, and the lipstick angels knows what's in their box when they get it. So it's this whole collaborative, very loving experience between two people. The lipstick angel is not just showing them how to do things, but she does her face too and her makeup. So they do it together. So it
Oh.
feels like just two friends in the room, and they talk about life and their kids and their dogs, and sometimes a family member will join. We've had so many husbands or wives or kids or sisters helping, looking at how they're doing it and drawing their eyebrows in for them and being part of it, like in the living room. And we've had three people on a call before. So it's been a quite unique experience being in people's homes now, as well as the hospital. And in some ways, it's neither one is better or worse, but it's certainly super intimate and very sweet to be in someone's home with them and meet their families.
That is incredibly sweet. And you're providing community and support. And then also, how we feel in our bodies, like the aesthetics of it really truly do help with confidence and just like how we present to the world. It's amazing that you can provide so many layers of support to these individuals. Wow.
Yeah, no, that's such a great point. Another big lesson I learned while doing this is that some people go through this, everyone goes through this differently.
Right.
We meet women who are bald, who they're like I don't want the turban, I don't want the wig, I'm good. I don't need the stencils, I'm good.
Mhm.
That's beautiful too. It's like, however you go through this, we're here for you. I mean, sometimes it's just my skin itches. Can you help me find the right moisturizer? Um, but there is for people that are, you know, do really want to, feel more like themselves again or how they used to look, helping them do their makeup,
Mhm.
there's a light that goes off. Like they're just like, oh, there I am. There I am. They look in the mirror. We have a reveal mirror after, and they're like, there's so many tears in that moment when they're like, oh, there I am. I remember her.
Oh my gosh.
And it's super powerful. I can't, it's in our training manual. We have this whole section on after you show someone the reveal mirror, like there are tears sometimes, and then they'll say, they'll call her friend and say, do you want to meet me for lunch? Like all of a sudden they're not going back home. They want to go meet for lunch, or their caregivers with them and they'll want to go out and get a coffee because they just feel good. And that is incredible. Like literally we say in our training manual, make sure you know all the coffee shops in the area if because it happens all the time. And that, oh my God, if we can inspire someone to leave that room and want to just go shopping or go out with a girlfriend, we've done our job.
So amazing.
Yeah,
It
it's
just seems
great.
like making such a difference, and you're meeting them where they're at too.
Meeting
So
them where they're at.
I love that.
It's a new, the kind of the rebranding that we're doing now is really about that language. It's what we've learned a lot during COVID because people, when they were not leaving their houses, just felt differently a little bit. And we found that while a lot of people really wanted all the tutorials on all of the things that we help you with, but there was also this place of meeting people where they are, and sometimes that's really just about a connection. It's lonely. Cancer's lonely, and it's really hard on the family, and it's really hard on the caregivers. So we feel like a refuge for them. Like we have you. Like when we come into the room, a lot of times in the hospital, we actually tell their caregiver, go get a coffee. We got this. And it's a relief for the caregiver, but it's also a relief for the patient because there's they know how hard it is on everyone. So if for them to feel like they're just with their lipstick angel, everyone else can go just have a break, it's good for everyone.
Amazing. Your community is so incredible, and I'm so honored to work with you, Renata.
Thank
Um,
you. We feel the same.
can you share a little bit about what you have coming up, your goals for the future?
Absolutely. Well, we are building out a new website right now with some really exciting changes, kind of really addressing being more diverse in our virtual programming, but just also like more diverse with having all genders, all people, man, women, everyone feel comfortable with getting our help and feeling that there is a place for them with a lipstick angel. So that is really exciting. And that will be probably in the new year is going to be launching. Um, and we're going back, we're actually launching back into all of our hospitals now from after COVID. So we're really busy with the online business and with launching back into new hospitals. And another real exciting thing that happened is we learned how to, these Zoom calls like we're doing now, we've learned how to teach classes on them as well. So, now like we have a new partner in Santa Cruz with a cancer center that we're going to be hosting classes for like 20 people at a time. And we could have never done that before. So really, we our reach is going to be far greater this year, which is our mission to help as many people as we can, and to help and to expand our minds on how we can do this all different kinds of ways with with this platform. So it's really, I wouldn't be surprised if our reach was times 10.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So, one last question for you. How can others get involved?
Great question. Well, we're always looking for volunteers, to be a volunteer, and it's on our website. You can read all about what what you need to do, and what kind of credentials you need to be. You have to be a licensed esthetician, obviously, but we're always looking for volunteers. And now, if you don't live near one of our hospitals, where we're in New York, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Seattle. And if you're not near any of those hospitals, now you can be a virtual volunteer, which is again incredible. Like, we used to not, like, some people couldn't be volunteers because they were, had to pick up their kids from school at certain times, and there were definitely some roadblocks in the way for a lot of people to volunteer, or some people couldn't take a flu shot, so they couldn't be in a hospital. So now, if you are a trained esthetician and you want to be a lipstick angel, you can do it in the comfort of your own home.
That is so wonderful. I know we have so many estheticians that we work with. I'm sure they'll be thrilled to hear about this.
Oh, that would be great. That would be great. We really, and now with our new website coming out, and us really building out this part of Lipstick Angels, we'll definitely be looking for passionate, wonderful people to join us.
Wonderful. And we're so happy to participate in your kits as well. With we have our sanctuary balm in there as well, and
It's so beautiful. It
it's
is right by my bedside. I love it.
wonderful. And thank you so much, Renata, for taking the time to share your story. It's so important, and I appreciate you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. It was really wonderful to talk to you. And I just look forward to us working together. It's going to be an incredible year.
It will. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
thank you, everyone, for joining us. Have a beautiful rest of your day.